All right, hey everyone, welcome to another hard surface cycle. This cycle is going to be a lot of fun. Our dear Lex came up with this, and I think it's a really good variation on mech design. And so, again, the theme of this cycle is going to be mechs, but it's going to be a little bit different and a great opportunity for you to combine organic with hard surface, which is a little bit more challenging, but if done correctly, it can be a lot of fun and very educational. Now, before we get into the assignments, I want to again share a very inspirational book, right? Not necessarily an educational book, but a highly inspirational one. And it's by one of my favorite designers, which is Darren Quach or Quach. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering his name, for which I'm sorry, Darren, but love your work. And what I really love about, let me just move the camera or the microphone a little bit. What I really love about this is just the organic, sketchy nature of how he designs mechs that still have a little bit of an organic feeling, but also make sense and are believable. He's a great designer. And as you can see, the shapes are super interesting. So, this is a high level of, of a part 3 assignments, let's say. This is a high level of design. It does require a lot of intuition when it comes to designing itself. It requires to have a great visual library. But as you can see, Darren's knowledge of mech joints and how he can make things look mechanical and interesting is it's top notch. And that's why I wanted to share this book. I absolutely love this book. I don't look at it enough, but that's because I rarely design mechs. But when I do need some inspiration for mech designs, or when I happen to have like a client thing that needs some mech design, this is one of the inspirational books that I will look at. So again, Inkworks by Darren Quach, I highly recommend it. All right, and then moving into the assignments of this cycle, what I want you to do for part 1 is I want you to study the different types of joints. We've done this before. We've done this a couple of times before. And again, this is just to reiterate those designs, right? It's pretty important that you learn those, just the hinge joints, pivot joints, all of those, to get a good grasp on what type of joint can do what type of movement. You can find a ton of reference on this subject. I'll include some into the reference library as well. And as you can see here on the video, this is how I would suggest that you study them. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to manipulate 10 boxes, combining different kinds of forms. Okay, this is a hardcore assignment, but it's a highly beneficial one. The reason we're doing this is to already prime you a little bit for a design assignment. So what you're basically doing is you're trying to come up with a little bit more of an interesting shape for a box instead of it being a standard box. And then what you're going to do, which is the third part of this assignment, is you're going to come up with 10 different ways to combine 2 of these boxes using a joint. The joints that you just studied in the first assignment of this part. Now you're going to use those joints or that knowledge that you have of them to combine 2 boxes and make them look mechanical and like they can move in a certain way. Right? Then moving on into part 2. All right, thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed this clip and you want to get access to part 2 and part 3 of these assignments, make sure you head over to artwatt.com, where we have a lot more of this content, along with classrooms to accompany each of these assignment cycles, tutorials, a complete beginner's course for you to enjoy and get you up and running with the program. We have an amazing community on Discord where I'm very active. We have some great support teachers. So if you want to get access to all of that, make sure you visit artwatt.com and I will see you there.